Sometimes consuming less can lead us to consume more. In the 1860s, as the steam engine became more efficient, it used less coal and became cheaper to run. That's when an economist named William Stanley Jevons noticed that when something gets cheaper, people tend to use more of it. Today, that theory is known as Jevons paradox. And a paradox is a situation that seems to contradict itself but contains some truth. In 1865, Jevons studied England's coal supply and noticed the trend. People used more coal instead of less as steam engine mechanics improved.
More of an observation of human behavior, that there's a conflation between conservation and efficiency.
Conflation means you've combined two or more things, like ideas. But the ideas of conservation and efficiency are related, yet different from each other. Essentially, conservation is about using less, and efficiency is about using less to achieve the same result.
It's like when fuel economy increased on vehicles, then you would think, well, if we're using less gallons per mile, then we'll drive less miles, we'll conserve more oil. But that didn't happen. People just drove more because like, oh, well, now it's cheaper to drive a mile, and I wanted to go further anyway. So instead of using less fuel, we use more. And that's because the focus was not on conservation, the overall amount that's being used, but how much you're getting for each unit that you're using, the efficiency. So it applies so much for our area, because if you go around some of the banks that do lending for irrigation equipment and the companies that are selling irrigation equipment, all the way from expensive subsurface drip in fields to just micro irrigation in people's homes, a lot of the discussion on those is about efficiency. And the common phrase you'll hear is get more crop per drop. That's an efficiency argument.
Now, don't be misled into thinking that center pivot irrigation and other developments haven't improved efficiency and helped farmers to conserve.
When we switched over to center pivots and we went to this quad leap of technology, the sleep aheads, it really put the water closer to the ground. Well, what it did, it made us much more efficient with our water, but it also allowed us to spread the water over more acres.
It didn't change what you're pulling out of the ground.
Exactly.
Center pivots are used worldwide. The invention has transformed farming practices by increasing crop yields and reducing labor and water consumption. But the key is that it has enabled farmers around the globe to grow more water-intensive crops and farm more acres, even to use land previously considered unsuitable for cultivation, including the Great Plains.
But the paradox is that despite all the different ways that we've used water more efficiently, the amount that we've used has just increased. And if we're saying we're wanting to increase efficiency, then we can say honestly, yeah, we've increased efficiency. But if we're saying that because we've increased efficiency, we've conserved more water, then I would say, well, show me where you've conserved the water, because if you look at the trends, it looks like we're just using more water.
There are other examples of Jevons paradox, which also is known as the rebound effect. LED lights use about 75% less energy than old incandescent bulbs. So what have we done? We're using more lights than ever before because they're energy and cost efficient. Understanding Jevons paradox can help us make informed decisions as technology advances. Water isn't an issue for the future, it's an issue for today. Subscribe to our Panhandle PBS YouTube channel to keep up with this Sustain the Plains series.
At Panhandle PBS, our reliable news reporting and fact-based storytelling has always been free. We're proud to offer our work for free thanks to generous support of viewers like you. If you appreciate our journalism and would like to see it continue, please consider making a donation to Panhandle PBS today.